The structure known as the Burned Tower was once a beautiful place, admired, loved, and exquisitely furnished.
Till it wasn't anymore.
Shut up.
Alright, Steven. What are the two videos that we just watched?
Pokemon Generations episodes 5 and 6.
Thank you, Steven. There were 6 was the Reawakening, 5 was Legacy. Episode 5 covered the main like thug boss, if you will, Giovanni's kid. Silver is, I think that's his like canon name. Although you can just name him whatever you want because he's your rival.
Dumbass.
You can name him that too. Or question mark, as he gives you. In the beginning, he's like, oh, I guess his name is question mark. So I'll just give him that name. But yeah, so that was interesting because the guy who was like asking him all these questions was Looker, who was in the later games as kind of like this investigator.
Looks different.
Looks way different. Look that, he's got that shoot.
That is not the Looker I remember.
Yeah, he had shorter hair, but this one was like more longer. It's like,
yeah,
he looks cooler in that way. But yeah, it was just about, I guess, it was covering mainly like Silver's feelings for his dad. Right now, he just doesn't want to deal with like whatever his dad's doing. Giovanni's just somewhere in whatever. And he's like, whatever. I'm just gonna do.
I can't believe they haven't imprisoned that guy.
Yeah, he's just like, he's just that hard to find, I suppose. I mean, I don't think he ever. It's been a long time since I played Gold and Silver. I don't remember what happened to Giovanni. I'm pretty sure you fought him, or at least if anything, you fought him like as some kind of special thing for Celebi, where you go back in time and then you just fight him right after he lost to your main character in Red and Blue. So he's just like, oh, what do I do? You there, trainer. I don't know who you are. You seem tough. Let's fight.
Wow.
But otherwise, I don't remember seeing him anywhere else. But yeah, that was kind of cool to see a little bit of background story as far as like how your rival in the Johto region feels about his father. Because normally he was just kind of separate from him. Like without this or that special thing for Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, then you wouldn't have known that your rival had a dad who was the Rocket League gang leader. So that's cool. I don't really have much else to say about that episode. That was just cool. But episode 6 was my favorite here, the Reawakening, in which they talk about these legendary Pokemon.
That apparently are undead.
They are undead. They're zombies.
That's why they don't die, because they're already dead.
Yeah. It makes sense that Ho-Oh is the one to revive them. Like, Ho-Oh is more like a phoenix that just revives these 3 that were buried under this tower. And, man, like, these legendary Pokemon are, like, specifically my favorites of the region. The legendary, like, dog trio. They're my favorites.
It makes you wonder, like, I don't think they were legendary before they died.
They're just normal dogs.
Yes. Yes, they were.
Who's that Pokemon? It's a dog.
They died by fire.
Well, any Pokemon could die. It's just, who knows what these dogs were? Who's that Pokemon? It's just.
I'm just saying, if a legendary Pokemon dies by fire, it's not legendary. It's just regular Pokemon.
It's just a commoner.
Yeah.
It's just too normal. It's too normal type.
Yeah, so I'm just saying he must have given him the superpowers and shit.
It is kind of sad though, because like everyone just kind of rejected them immediately. Like just like get away.
Yeah, the guy was like, nope.
Nope. Suiken's like, huh? And everyone was just about to fight them, but instead they actually just kind of ran off, which is kind of sad. But I mean, it kind of sets up that whole premise that like in that region, all the legendary dog Pokemon just like are roaming around once you find them. So they'll just jump from like area to area, so it's like really hard to catch them. And I think that was one of the cool things about
I really
this
don't
game.
think they were Pokemon at all. I think they were just regular dogs that got turned into legendary Pokemon.
I would say so too. I would safely assume that too.
Because they had no name.
Yeah. I remember the guy who was telling us the entire legend. He showed up in the anime. He was like already acquainted with Ash, and they were just going through this entire thing too about like the story of like these three, specifically Suicune. And we actually did get to see Suicune in the episode, and did the same shit. Like, well, this time, like, the guy, like, threw out his Alakazam. He was about to fight it. Suicune was like, nope! And then, like, and just ran. And the guy was so sad, like, why? Why? Yeah. Ho-Oh is definitely one of those Pokemon that's, I guess, more iconic in the Pokemon franchise. I would say specifically because of the anime, because very first episode of Pokemon, where Ash first goes on his journey with Pikachu, at the very end of the episode, it just shows Ho-Oh just kind of flying by, and Ash was trying to look him up. It's like, no data for this one Pokemon found. Like, oh, okay. And we just never saw it again until, like, the next region in Johto, when you see Legend itself. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So I would say so far as Pokemon generations, I don't think you've seen the other 4.
No.
But I would still say, well, that's tough. I'd still say that episode 1 and the recent episode, I think episode 4 with Lance, are my favorite, because episode 1 showcased like all the regions through the eyes of a Pikachu that was caught in the first game. So it's like you just carried out throughout the different regions and just explored everything. So a lot of references to old Pokemon, new ones here and there. So that was really cool. And episode 4 was basically one of the Elite Four breaking into a Team Rocket hideout, and it showed what Nolan has shared that GIF many times before of those 4 Rocket members just like, what are you even walking? That's definitely one of my favorites. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just kind of looking forward to any additional episodes. I think, if I recall, I heard that there was like either 15 or just 8 episodes in total. So
That's it?
yeah, it was just kind of like, well, no, it can't be 8. It can't be 8 because there's so much more.
Is it just like a teaser?
These are basically just shorts that just kind of highlighting the lore of Pokemon. So it's kind of weird. I definitely asked this before, like, as to why they decided to tackle this on now of all times.
Because they're running out of ideas?
I think it's because of Pokemon's recent popularity, starting with Pokemon Go, and now Pokemon Sun and Moon's just starting to come out.
I think they're just running out of ideas.
So they're just filling people in. Like, here's some additional cool stuff you guys get to see that maybe you weren't interested in seeing. But now,
Or they're just running out of ideas.
they're not running out of ideas, Steven.
Sure
they're not running out of ideas, Steven.
I'm pretty sure they're running out of ideas. Like, they can't come up with no new material.
No, they got the Sun Moon anime coming out. They got the game coming out. Go is still.
I think they're running out of colors.
They've been running out of colors ever since ever since they came up with like Diamond and Pearl. Well, yeah, Diamond and Pearl. Like, oh, so it's not just colors. It's not just letters. It's Pokemon XY.
What's next? Gases?
Pokemon Nitrogen.
Pokemon Oxygen.
Pokemon Helium. I think Mercanium. I forget that one. That one element. It's just like, it's one of the later ones. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next discussion. #bye.